Good day everyone. I will present to you my topic entitled Freshwater Snails. Objectives: to identify what is freshwater snails and to identify some examples of freshwater snails. To know the taxonomic characteristic of a freshwater snails. To learn the basic details about freshwater snails. Freshwater snail, any of the approximately 1,000 snail species that live in lake, ponds, rivers, and streams. Most are members of subclass Pulmonata, which also includes the terrestrial snails and slugs, but some are members of subclass Prosobranchia. Both subclasses belong to the class Gastropoda. Basic details. Classification. Kingdom is Animalia. Phylum is Mollusk. Class Gastropoda. Order Stylomatophora. Family Helicidae. Genus Helix. Chalky shell, spirally coiled. Head, visceral mask, and muscular foot leaves a wet trace to slime to move. It is found worldwide. Diet, herbivore. Size is 0.5 centimeters to 80 centimeters. Their weight 0.01 kilogram to 18 kilograms. Their average lifespan is 1 to 20 years. Habitat, well-vegetated areas. Breeding, hermaphrodite animal. Have to mate with other snail in order to fertilize their eggs. Average litter size is 200. Predators are rats, human, birds, caraboid beetle and larvae, and lizards. Heliciculture. Commonly known snail farming is the process of raising land snails. Extensive system, semi-intensive system, and intensive system. Feeding: leaves, fruits, tubers, and household waste. Snails should be fed after sunset. There are 1,000 freshwater snails worldwide, but these are some examples of freshwater snails. The first one is Helix pomanatia, also known as apple snails. Helix pomanatia has a large shell that can attain a height of 30 to 50 mm and a width of 32 to 50 mm. The thin shell of this snail is globose, with a wrinkled surface, giving the appearance of faint spiral lines. The shell has brownish color, often classified as camois. Taxonomic classification of Helix pomata, or the apple snail. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Mollusca. The class is Gastropoda. The order is Stylomatophora. The family is Helicidae. The genus is Helix. Species is Helix pomata. Scientific name is Helix pomata. English name is apple snail. The next one is Achatina fulica, also known as the city girl. Achatina fulica has a narrow, conical shell which is twice as long as it wide and contains 7 to 9 whorls when fully grown. The shell is generally reddish-brown in color with weak yellowish vertical marking, but coloration varies with environmental conditions and diet. A light coffee color is common. Taxonomic classification of Achatina fulica, or the city girl. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Mollusca. The class is Gastropoda. The order is Stylomatophora. The family is Achatinidae. Genus is Achatina. Species Achatina fulica. Scientific name is Achatina fulica. English name is the city girl. The third one is Sepia nortensis, also known as the white-lipped snail. It has a glossy, smooth shell, typically yellow or cream, but may be pink, brown, or red, with up to 5 dark spiral dark bands and white edge to the aperture. The body of the snail is usually greenish-gray, becoming yellow towards the rear. Taxonomic classification of Sepia nortensis, or the white-lipped snail. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Mollusca. The class is Gastropoda. The order is Stylomaphora. The family is Helicidae. Genus is Sepia. Species is Sepia hortensis. Scientific name is Sepia nortensis. English name is white-lipped snail. The other one is Otala lactea, or also known as milk snail. The diameter of Otala lactea's shell ranges from 27.5 to 36 mm, and the height ranges from 16 to 25 mm. Non-globular, slightly depressed shell is whitish or brownish and has darker stripes that are speckled. These white specks are very close to each other. Taxonomic classification of Otala lactea, or the milk snail. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Mollusca. The class is Gastropoda. The order is Stylomatophora. The family is Helicidae. The genus is Otala. The species is Otala lactea. Scientific name is Otala lactea. The English name is milk snail. The last one is Pomacia canaliculata, also known as the golden apple snail. Large up to 10 cm. More or less globular freshwater snails. Aquarium-trained snails are often smaller. Shell color generally brownish or greenish, often with spiral banding patterns around the whorls. Some aquarium-bred animals are bright golden yellow. Taxonomic classification of Pomacia canaliculata, or the golden apple snail. The kingdom is Animalia. The phylum is Mollusca. The class is Gastropoda. The order is Mesogastropoda. The family is Ampullaridae. The genus is Pomacea. Species is Pomacea canaliculata. The scientific name is Pomacea canaliculata, and the English name is golden apple snail. Human relevance of freshwater snails in agriculture, biological pest control agent, manure. As food land snails, freshwater snails, and sea snails. Cosmetic skin creams. Example here is helix agent. Cultural depictions, and textiles as natural dye. Fresh gathered snails have just eaten. You need to wash, then boil, then dressing. Predators, parasites, diseases. Rats, human, birds, caraboid beetle and larvae, and lizards. Irregular growth of the shell, operculum. Thin and fragile shell. Deterioration of shell and operculum. That's all. Thank you and God bless.